Okay, well, let's get settled in, everybody. This should be a fun one, especially a fun one for me. But let me get set up. And so welcome. So we're going to talk about today what's new in Hireology in Q3 for 2022. So a pleasure to have you join us. Let's get rolling. Make sure my tech works. All right, hey, that's me. So hello, everyone. Thanks so much for having me here as part of today's webinar. A little bit about me before I dive into the presentation. My name is Anil Harjani. I'm the SVP of Product and Growth here at Hireology. I've been here almost 4 years. It'll be 4 years, November 17th, but who's counting? And I've been in the HR tech space for about that long, and I've been in the healthcare space, I've been in the hospitality space, and now obviously with our friends in automotive as well at Hireology. I lead a bunch of different things here. Certainly our product team includes our user experience organization, our product analytics organization, about our go-to-market organization to make sure that when we're delivering some things to all of you, that it's clearly aligned with all the things that you all care about. And I spend a lot of time with our customers to understand their pain points. And so hopefully what we focus on is a lot of innovation and solving a lot of the things that all matter to you. Hopefully we share some of those things today. But it's a pleasure to be your host. So let's go into it. We'll first talk about the hiring landscape. We'll take a minute to cover this, and it sort of sets the stage for why we've chosen to prioritize the product releases we did for Q3. So first up, look, the last several months, we've just seen record growth in jobs created, and unemployment rate has just plummeted. But as many of you know, hiring is still tough, right? Why is that? For one, businesses are looking to hire at a rate that is much higher than available demand for talent. In fact, currently there's about 2 open jobs for every 1 job seeker. All right, let me repeat that, 2 open jobs for every 1 job seeker. So even though the economy appears to be recovering, we know that as an employer, you are still feeling the brunt of this worker shortage, especially in industries that are seeing the highest level of hospitality, retail, travel, automotive. And at Hireology, we predict that this is still going to be the case for the next 6 months at the very least. Oops. All right, here's some more facts for you to sort of chew on. Early this year, we conducted a survey of recent job seekers and found that job seekers are absolutely taking advantage of the sheer amount of work opportunities at their fingertips. Half of our respondents said they applied to more than 16 jobs in their search. That means you are competing with 16 other companies for every 1 job seeker. This number is just simply astronomical compared to what we've seen in years past. People have the opportunity to really shop around and taking advantage of it. Like, you used to think that maybe even 2 or 3 or 4. Honestly, I was stunned at 16. That just shows you how challenging the environment is. And so when you have that environment, you got to still further appreciate the job seeker. Not only are today's job seekers applying to more jobs, they're also getting hired really quickly when they begin to throw their name into the ring. So about 1/3 of our respondents got hired within 2 weeks. That's 2 weeks from the initial application to when they received an offer. So again, people were actually looking for steady work on someone else's payroll, able to get these jobs fast. I have personal experience of trying to hire for this. We often have to hire, certainly at Hireology, for ourselves. And as soon as I always ask the question, how long have you been in the market for? And if they say they've been in the market for about 5 days, I am moving like lightning speed, right? So let's get a little bit of a tip for you all. If you think about, because I know I'm probably like the 5th company or 6th company they've talked to that week at the very minimum. And I'm already behind the game. But now this is, again, an interesting fact. Let's keep going. Take a read. And finally, even if you do attract the right candidates and get them interested in your roles, they don't stick around for long. If your hiring process is clunky, slow, and inconvenient, we've also surveyed our customer base and found that 84% of businesses that have had a candidate ghost during the hiring process in the last 6 months. I guarantee you've had this happen to you. So, put it in the chat if this has happened to you. It's okay. We're all part of the same family community here, and we know it's tough. But put it in the chat. Love to sort of make sure that this is something that truly is still happening in the market. Candidates are just really tough to keep interested given all that they have available to them for work. So the top 3 reasons are your process is too long. They lost interest once they learned more details about the role. So for example, the JD was incomplete or misleading, for example, and they were disappointed with your hiring process or candidate experience. Again, this is directly from the applicants that we surveyed. So of course, we're going to talk about the Hireology solution because we know it's tough out there. What's happening in the job market? There's more jobs than available workers. People are shopping around. They're getting hired fast, and they're not sticking around that inconvenient hiring process. So what is the answer, right? There is stuff in your control, and that's where Hireology comes in. We're a hiring tool that helps you connect with more qualified talent and get them through a fast and engaging hiring process ahead of competitors to fill your open roles and build your best team. You got to reorient that this is a race and a competition for the best talent. And so we help you do that. We have the solution. So for those of you who are new here, just a refresher, we're an all-in-one hiring and HR tool to help you manage the entire employee lifecycle from pre to post-hire. So the 3 main things we do to help our customers. First, we help attract the right people and build a recruiting pipeline that they need to be successful. Think of it as a sales and marketing function. We're going to help you build that funnel. 2, we have a platform that will ensure you and your hiring managers are running the right process to make sure you're capturing the hires that you need to make to do so in a way that's scalable, predictable, efficient. And 3, we provide a platform that helps you manage the hires that you've made and employees post-hire. That includes things like payroll, benefits, learning, and engagement. One of the few secrets of the things that we offer at Hireology is that 3rd bucket. But certainly we are fantastic at all of those. Keep skipping that slide. All right. So we're going to give you a quick overview here of our pillars. We've got career sites that we use to help you anchor your brand on the web. You've got job distribution to help you fan out as it relates to attracting candidates, fan out to all, Google, make sure you've got it on social media, make sure you got it all on the job boards. And of course, employee referrals, which is one of the best sources of hires. They move quicker, they stay longer. They're there to work with their friends. It is by far one of the more powerful sources and channels, and we have some great capabilities there. And just a quick overview of our core capabilities as it relates to hire. Of course, applicant tracking, that's sort of the core of the platform to make sure for any active applicant, you're able to work them through the process. So process management, opening a job, templates, things to make it super easy to manage the process. SMS and communication tools, again, very easy for within the platform to communicate with candidates. We've processed millions of text messages and emails via our platform just this year. And then insights and reporting, you can't manage what you don't measure. And so one of the things that we do is have really great insights to show you, who's following the process, who's not, which locations are good, which ones need some support, what channel is converting at the best rate. It just gives you a little bit more than to make just optimizations, right? We only have so much time in the day. And if you could put your time, your 1 hour to where it's working and fix the things that are not, and the reporting and insights can help you do that, especially at scale, that's what we're able to provide you. And then on the managed side, again, one of the best kept secrets here at Hireology, we have a whole suite of capabilities around payroll and HR, benefits, talent management, like onboarding, performance and learning management, workforce management, like time and attendance, compliance, e-verify, and analytics. And so if you're looking for that as well as an all-in-one, we can help you with that too. Now, let's talk about what really matters here is about you and our customers. As head of product, I care a lot about feedback of what it takes to certainly earn your business, make you successful. So I want to touch on some new and exciting features we've been working on our platform in response to the feedback received in the market. People have options for work. They get hired fast. They don't have the patience for outdated processes. So let's see what we've been doing to help make some of your lives easier. So first up is interview scheduling. This exciting feature we've been working on recently is interviewing scheduling. This actually we launched earlier this year. I want to run you through some interesting results. So let's dig in. All right. So as a refresher, what interview scheduling is and how it provides value, you can automatically sync hiring manager calendars within Hireology and give applicants the power to choose a time that works best for them. So we always think about the candidate really in the driver's seat, and this kind of gives them a little bit of respect and say, well, you know what, you pick your time that works for you. Eliminates the manual coordination typically required of this process. It keeps candidates engaged by connecting them with even faster. And we've actually, this is a little outdated as of last month. We actually have scheduled about 12,000 interviews automatically since launch, and that's fantastic. And if you look at the time savings, that's nearly about a 1 year in productivity saved. In general, we see the time it takes to schedule an interview from the applicant to the interview being scheduled, it goes from like 6 days down to 4. And so we've been super excited by the results here on interview scheduling, and we're going to continue to invest. And so I want to share with you what else we're doing. We found a lot of feedback that came around this particular feature set. And one of the things they talked about was group interviews. So let me give you a little bit more color of what that is. So group interviews, basically you're going to sync, when you sync all of the hiring manager's calendar, you're able to now do up to 5 interviews at the same time. So before you had to do 5 different interviews and have one hiring manager or one person conduct the interview. Now you can all schedule it for the same time. So if you've got 2 or 3 people you want to meet this candidate, because you got to move faster, right? And so why wait to do one interview one day, another interview at a different time or a different day? Now you can do up to 5 all at the same time. And oftentimes it just eliminates the need for the manual work for coordinating calendars, but also it's a great candidate experience, to be honest, because oftentimes they are answering the same questions that come up. Where were you before? Why do you want to work here? Tell us the time about XYZ. And so we're super excited to bring this to market. This is going to be coming in this fall. And so we are coming up soon, and this is going to speed up time to value for the candidate, but also for the hiring manager very, very soon. And so let's take a peek at what that looks like. You can certainly, this is the screen that, you can put in, what interview type is it, phone, who the interviewers are. And so let me just make sure I can click through here. You can put the phone number of for the candidate, and it'll be reflected on the profile. If it's going to be, certainly a reach out to them in a one-on-one situation. But this is where you can put essentially the number of people that you want there. And I am just flipping through a little too quickly today. And so let's go back here. So now you've got synced calendars for the individuals, and it's super easy to sync the calendar, by the way. It just takes like 5 seconds. I did it just a couple months ago. And if you get your hiring manager's calendar in here, you can find the slot that works best for everybody, pick the date and time, and voila, you've selected the availability, create the invite, and confirm the interview. This is actually the screen that the candidate will see. You can see over here, the ABC company is requesting an interview with you. It's a really clean experience. It kind of gives you some details. It'll be via phone. Certainly you can put whether it's Zoom and add that to the calendar or Teams, what have you, and who the interviewees are and what phone number you might dial in. Again, you can add in a phone number or a Zoom code in there, and you can select the time, confirm the interview. And so you can also, of course, say that you're not available at that time, and they'll send a message back. So again, speeds up the time to value significantly. Super excited to bring that to market this fall. All right, let's get into some mobile. So the third big update we released is mobile notifications for Hireology's iOS app. So let's dig in. Hopefully, those of you who are customers have downloaded the Hireology app. If you haven't, please take a moment right now to get on your phone, go to the App Store, search Hireology, hit download, because it will change so much about your experience working and trying to review applicants and move them through the process. So let's give you a couple of headliners. So upon signing into the app, what you can do is enable notifications for new applicants and inbox notifications to guide them back to the app when something requires their attention. So the key benefit here is that you see updates immediately after applicants and candidates essentially communicating with you. They've applied or they've sent a message, and that shows up immediately on your phone on the home screen. And we've seen a significant boost in people connecting with candidates when that happens, right? You don't have to sort of guess, did someone reply to me, or I got to go check my email or log into the app to keep checking. It just sort of proactively gives you a little nudge. And we know there's a lot of notifications out there in the world, but I can tell you the most important one is a Hireology notification telling you that someone's applied and responded to your job posting, because you know you need that candidate quick. And so let's take a look of how that looks. This is a beautiful example of showing you've got a new applicant to review for the product Jedi position. And apparently I messaged you about the product Jedi position. So Anil here shows up on the app, on the notification, and it's really easy. Once you tap into it, you get right into the messaging screen of the Hireology app. And so that's a great update. Again, super important. That's already in market. You have to wait. Go give it a shot. All right, next up, a little bit of an unveil here, because we haven't talked a lot about this. So what we're really excited about is a text to apply in QR codes. Again, this is, and we'll get more details here, but this is really coming to our referrals platform. So let's dig in and share more about what that is. So I might actually skipped over a slide real quick here. So I'm probably moving a little too quick. Let me go back. All right, text to apply and QR codes. So one of the things we want to do is make sure that you have all the tools you need to run your hiring process and source candidates. So text to apply is essentially allowing you to take a phone number or a QR code and distribute that on any medium you think necessary. Now, we thought about this as more of an offline mechanism. You can't, you go anywhere today, a retail store, a restaurant, and the first thing you see is a flyer in the window that says, text here or use a QR code in order to apply for this job. So now we're going to offer this and make it available to our customers. This is going to be part of our pro plan for those of you who are joining us, or those of you who are have purchased what was formerly known as Employ Us. That platform will now have text to apply and QR code. So this is going to be available for select members of our community if they're on one of those products or plans. And again, we're super excited to make this available to you. It allows you to be a lot more creative. We've seen some people wrap their cars in QR codes. We've seen people put QR codes on business cards they hand out at conferences, at restaurants, at career fairs, where it makes it super easy to launch essentially an application experience or text in. And the application experience is just to capture that lead. If you're interested in my job, send me your first name, last name, email address. I'll reach out to you and we'll talk about the opportunity. So this is a really popular mechanism that we know is available in the market, and we're going to bring it to all of you. All right. We got so much to talk about, so let's keep going. Oh, I did have text to apply and QR codes on this slide. So hopefully I covered all of these where you can apply from anytime, anywhere. It's quick access, and you can create custom links here if you want a QR code into your career page. As opposed to maybe QR code directly to your application, you can do that. Sort of sell your brand first. And the point is here that you want to connect with mobile-driven applicants through the ease of response and automation. So it's just a better applicant candidate experience and make it super easy for them. And then mostly on mobile to begin with. We've got data where 50 to 60% sometimes people are applying for a job on mobile. So this just caters to that candidate experience to begin with. Again, super excited to bring this to market. That's coming soon in the fall. All right, moving on to something that we are super pumped about is Hireology Referral with payroll integrations and ATS integrations. So this was a big splash. You probably saw a press release if you're keeping track here, but let's talk about what this is. So with these new integrations, but 80 plus integrations with payroll or HRS providers, any employment changes in your payrolls, like new hires or terminations, will be automatically reflected in the Hireology Referrals platform. So if you have Hireology Referrals and you probably have one of the many payroll providers that we've integrated with, it will be automatically synced. You won't have to do any uploads or downloads of CSV files or whatever format. And this is going to be game changing. There's so much innovation we've got planned that starts with this foundational component that I really hope you take advantage of this and start to ask the question, how can I get in on these new integrations or employee referrals in general? So this also makes it super easy to bulk pay referral bonuses by easily uploading one report each month with all your referral data automatically generated. And so your employee referral program just got an upgrade, especially if you're using Hireology Referrals. And I hope you all enjoy. We worked super hard on this one, and we already have a bunch of customers chomping at the bit. So take advantage of that. Here's a quick example, a screenshot of what that could look like as it relates to importing connectors, or where the data would be. Of course, your employee information would land in the referrals platform, and you start to build up that database and engage your employees in a very, very seamless way. All right, and let's give you an example of, should we give you the logo slide here? Certainly this all included Bamboo HR, NetChecks, Paychecks, Square, even Gusto, Paylocity, ADP, UKG. You can go on certainly hireology.com. You can give us a shout, and we'll be able to give you more information if we support your payroll. Of course, if your payroll solution is somehow custom and not included, that's all good. We still have a great solution. People are running employee referrals all day long. And if your employee, it's as simple as uploading a CSV file, we can still support that. But this is definitely a game changer in the market. All right. So in summary, this was all about taking your lead. All the things you saw today was about the product team here at Hireology, really understanding the needs of all of you, what's going to make you successful. Make sure you've got notifications in your mobile phone so you can act quickly. Interview candidates, get them to them faster with self-service and make the really great candidate experience. Make sure you can do more with less. Make one interview with multiple people so you can finish an interview quicker, because candidates are interviewing with 16 other places. Make sure you can make it easier to upload your employee files so you can run better referral programs and pay out bonuses that are accurate and on time. And so all these things are there for you to take advantage of. And so really, your feedback is just a guiding light for our product team. The technology is here to serve the needs of all of you, and we're all here with you and partners with you. We know that it's more than just filling a role, and the impact goes beyond, just filling that candidate seat. We know this matters to your business, it matters to your employees, it makes their lives better, and to your community. So quite simply, we carry that burden, and I take that very seriously here. We instill that empathy with our product engineering team and our customer success team, everybody. We want to see you be successful. So we are here to support you. We hope to continue to do that. If you have any feedback about these product releases or things you want to see in the future, you should feel free to reach out to us. We log every piece of feedback and we take it and review it because it matters for this very reason. And so I will be here for a couple of minutes, and certainly a trusty colleague from the marketing team will keep me honest. If we have any thoughts or questions, I will do my best to see whether I can answer. Okay, so I see Ronald, if we use MS Teams for group interviews, we'll be able to provide them the link when they select their preferred date and time. And so right now, what you would have to do, given this, first of all, oversharing. In the future, it'll be automatically in there. Certainly the link to launch would be a team sort of webinar. Today it is just the calendar. In the future, you'll have integrations available. No promises on date, but where it will be automatically posted. But right now, you just got to go and edit the calendar invite and add your link in there, or you can send it as a sort of standardized template. So more people sort of create a template of email or text and say, hey, we've scheduled the invite, and you hit send on that template with the changing out the link. And usually that's what people do today. We know that's a need and is on the backlog. Okay, please. You got it, Ronald. All right, Olivia, thank you for your question. Please explain text to apply and how users can share the links with potential candidates. Yes, just think of it as simply as you're going to get a phone number that is unique to your account, and you can share that phone number, whether it's on a flyer, you can put it up on a flyer, or you can put it as part of a job description. You can put it on your website. You can just think of it, you promote that number with a call to action saying, text here to apply for this job. And remember, you can set that up in a way where you can collect first name, last name. email address, and that's good. Or you can send them and say, give me your first name, last name, email address, and also then here you go. Why don't you go check out our career page? So there's a lot of functionality where you can basically whatever you want to do with that phone number, just send them to a particular place, or the QR code. You have a lot of flexibility. But our best practice is you want to get them into the funnel. First name, last name, email address. Great. You're interested in my company or my job. I will reach out to you. So text to apply is just a really easy way to engage candidates. So they don't have to go to your website, navigate to the job, navigate to the, fill out the 7 or 10 or 20 fields. The drop-off rate is astronomical if you spend too much time in trying to have them fill out these forms. And this just makes it a little bit easier. There is some work, not gonna lie, there is additional work you got to do when you get very little information. But in a world where that individual has got 16 other opportunities, you want to be first in line and just make it easy for their life to get show you their interest. So that's how it works. And of course, when we go live with this product, you got to wait a couple of months. You'll have a lot more information of what the power of that is. So more details to come. But for now, we're super excited to share that it is coming. You got it, Olivia. Thank you. Okay, Jennifer, I'm a little confused by the interview scheduling feature. Can the candidate select an interview without the hiring manager involved, or does the hiring manager have to interact with them first? You can have the candidate select an interview without the hiring manager involved. So what would happen is, right now, let's just say applicant applies for the role. It comes into Hireology applicant tracking system. We have a feature set. If you think you look at their resume as a hiring manager, you're like, oh, good. Maybe you looked at it on your mobile app. Let's use all the feature sets. You look at mobile app. Oh, great. This person's great. I looked at their resume. I'm going to move them to candidate. In the candidate stage, there is a feature that says schedule the interview. You don't have to have the hiring manager talk to candidate at all. Certainly, best practice would be you would want to send them a note and say, hey, by the way, we saw your profile. We think you're a great fit. You're going to get an invite for an interview. That would be a good thing to do. You don't have to, but you can just jump to the gun and send out an invite, send out an interview scheduler to the candidate who will click a button and they'll show them the options. Schedule your interview with ABC company, and here are the available times. So the answer is yes, you don't need to have a hiring manager interact with the candidate. If you choose not to, you can just streamline the process and have the candidate self-select their interview very shortly after they apply. Hopefully that clarifies, Jennifer. If not, I'm happy to keep going, or we can connect after this. Yes, we do have that as well. What was written here was, some ATS offer qualifying questions that allow them to pick with positive answers. The answer is yes, we have that as well. It's called our pre-screen survey. If you desire to further qualify that candidate, you can turn on pre-screen survey, which asks yes or no questions, and you can choose whether, this is not somebody that I think is. For example, if you require somebody to work on Saturdays and you have a yes or no answer, and it's like, do you work on Saturdays? The answer is no. You can automatically disqualify that person. And of course, it doesn't make sense for you to schedule time with them. You don't have to use it, but it's available. So both feature sets are available, and you can design it to the process you think is best use. Thank you for following up. All right. I know we're at time over here. I'll hang out for just 10 more seconds, just in case someone's a burning question. We're like, okay, Alexa, thank you. We like to phone screen our candidates before moving to next step on Zoom interviews. This self-scheduling feature would be great for both, but how do we manage and track calendars for both? You can do both. So you can set up time. Okay, so you can select, you can do 2 interviews in Hireology. So this is super easy. You can set up one interview where you say, hey, select the time where you want to do a phone screen, make that 15 minutes or half an hour, whatever you think appropriate. And then you can have another interview that after you completed that one, you can also then send the same scheduler. It's available unlimited amount and for unlimited number of interviews. So you can do it at the right time, right place. I think I answered your question there, but the answer is it would work for both. And you can just, the calendars would be able to, it would just show up in two different hiring steps, which are both interviews related, and they'll show up as two different slots for your hiring managers. So certainly if your questions more nuanced, reach out to us. We can show you what it looks like, and we'll want to design, Alexa, your process that makes sense for you. But you would manage it within, you can manage it within the ATS in just two different hiring steps. Okay. Well, I hope I was able to answer your questions. Hope I was able to share some things that maybe some of you haven't leveraged. And hopefully you also got excited by the idea that we are constantly innovating on behalf of you and your feedback. And we are here and partner with you, make you successful. So if you have any other questions, feel free to reach out. Again, my name is Anil Hirjani, and it's been a pleasure hosting you today. Have a great rest of your day.